Well, I need to know if I can be in a tent, because if I can, I'm in a tent.
You absolutely can be in a tent this evening. I can easily adjust where you are. Anyone else?
In some dingy motel room somewhere, bro.
Yep, already had that for you, so I was way ahead of you.
Oh, wow.
So I've just got to change the word bedroom to tent.
I'm out camping.
So where we currently are, we have Rick. You're in a darkened room, now a tent, after a night shift. And beside you, your impish 8-year-old Angela has snuck in to nap next to Dad. She's curled up against your back, brunette hair spread out like a halo around her. Every surface of your tent seems to be taken up with either scented candles placed by your loving wife or precious captured moments of you and your family. So you go camping with a whole entourage of shit, apparently. In your tent.
It's
In
me,
your
my
tent.
wife, and my daughter, and a bunch of scented candles.
No, your wife's not there. It's just at the moment you're napping with your daughter.
Okay,
Maybe you're glamping.
Maybe. This is something for Rick to explore. Fokionis, you're sprawled out, your massive frame taking up over half of your king-size bed. Your undiagnosed sleep apnea has you snoring fit to wake the dead. However, your snores seem not to bother your sleeping companion. That sounds about right. Beside you, in a handmade sheepskin bed, sleeps your furry soulmate, also snoring loudly. Frame posters of bodybuilders and martial artists cover your walls, but your prized possession is sitting on a reinforced shelf directly over your bed, a 200-pound barbell signed by the Arnold himself. Views, everybody pities the weak, but jealousy you have to earn. P.S. Never skip leg day. And you're napping in preparation for your night shift at your Den of Ill Repute.
Yes.
Not Frank, sorry, wrong name. Apologies. Zachary, you're napping in a hotel room, peacefully beside your wife, both of you wearing matching silk PJs made to look like tuxedos. You've got a show together tonight, and ever the professionals you're resting up beforehand. Around the room are an extraordinary number of stacked crates and boxes, as well as some items that look especially torturous. To the casual observer in your dingy hotel room, you are clearly not your average traveling couple. Ivy, we see you in what appears to be your bedroom. However, you are not asleep in your bed. You're in your secret lab's chair in front of a very sweet PC gaming rig. On your monitor, it looks like a game, possibly Final Fantasy, is running. It must have been quite a taxing gaming session, as you haven't even made it to bed for you to sleep. You appear to have simply folded your arms on the desk, rested your forehead on your arm pillow, and passed out. Alia, your pet raccoon, has taken up residence on your bed. Taking advantage of your post-game pass-out, Alia appears to have dragged your half-eaten tube of Pringles and other snacks and some suspicious-smelling salsa, or salsa-like substance, onto the bed and had herself a feast before passing out on her back, using the Pringles tube as a pillow, making a raccoon angel in her sleep as she moves the chip crumbs around her. So each of you in these positions begin to stir restlessly, mumbling in your sleep, and a soft, white, ethereal glow envelops each of you, overlaying your sleeping form with another ethereal form. It's superimposed and then absorbed. For some of you, it looks quite similar. For others, it is vastly different to your sleeping form. As this occurs, you stop staring and your sleeping form goes completely rigid. Now, I need to open up the map at this point. So you guys can be back on your map. Give me 2 seconds to... Sorry. Can you get rid of all the overlay crap?
All these shapes.
Pretty please. All right. And I'm going to activate where we end up. Sorry, you're going to give me 2 seconds here to make it all line up on the stream. Good. That's where I want you to be. So for each of you, all in the same boat for the next section, your eyes suddenly open and you'll find yourself in a circular domed structure constructed of smooth hewn stone. Reminiscent of the work of the Incas, every stone is set interlocking tightly to the next. No concrete or grout can be seen. The entire space is awash with light from some sort of unseen flickering source. It's as if invisible torches and campfires fill the entire space with light. You're standing within the dome in various positions on the outside of what looks to be an oversized boxing ring, complete with ring ropes and a smooth granite floor. It seems very out of place with the surroundings. Between the ring ropes and the curved edges of the design of the dome is a bizarre assortment of beer garden tables, stools, wine barrels, workbenches, weapon racks, and all kinds of other assorted junk. Aside from the dome, which seems solid and eternal, the furnishings of the room seem hastily constructed and cobbled together. It's as if someone's read a book about the furniture to suit an underground gladiatorial fight pit and then cobbled all of that together with whatever they could find. Some of the barrels, as you look, craning your neck around, are sturdy and appear to be made of fine oak, whereas others appear to be flimsy and made of paper mache and plywood with a slap of paint over the top of them. The workbenches and weapon racks, which appear strong and functional at first glance, as you look a little bit closer, look like something from IKEA, with an aged veneer sloppily applied on the surface. Weapons are scattered around the room, and they initially look so imposing, but as you look just a little bit closer, they turn out to be nothing more than costume theatre props, useless. You can feel clothing draped around you. You can feel items in your hands, but the only thing you can move at the moment is your head and your eyes. So you might be able to get a glimpse of it, but you can't exactly see everything around you. Each of you at the moment, you're stuck in place. Some of you have people or animals near you. Others are far apart or across the way. You move your necks around, each of you, looking around, trying to take in as much as you can, despite the fact that your arms don't move. And you can see with the humanoids and non-humanoids around you, everyone seems to have this strange glow around them. They don't appear as solid as the surrounding environment. And they have, hovering above their head, almost video game style, semi-translucent word, Dreamer. That is glowing faintly. As you see that, you notice that your glow has grown, and you can now see a reflection of yourself in it. And you realize that whilst you're taking stock of yourself and this room that feels so much like a dream, that maybe it might not be. From here, can I get each of you? You can either use D&D Beyond, or you can use your in-game rolls, but I just want you to roll a d20, and I want to know the number that you get, please, for the next section.
Mm-hmm.
It's not initiative.
13.
15.
18.
17.
Oh, we do. Hang on. So we had
Oh, poor Lily.
Wait, unless it's supposed to be low roll, in which case.
going.
Oh.
No, just give me left to right. So Rick.
Me? Oh, 18.
Yep. Fock.
15.
Alia. Ms. Racer, are you there?
Yeah.
Can I have your number, please? Your Alia. That's your
13.
character. Thank you. Ivy
4.
17.
and Zachary. All right. 17. So Rick, with you first, with what you can see of yourself in the reflection and the taking stock of yourself as you look down and what you're holding and what you can see of yourself, please tell us what you can see. The other guys don't know your name. I'm just referring to you by your character name for ease and convenience. I know you guys don't know each other yet. So tell us about your character. What does he look like? What is he wearing? What is he equipped with? Don't need your class yet.
Rick is a late 30s human male with sort of like dark brown hair. Sort of like he's got a little bit of grey coming in at the edges. Very average, like a little bit of a beer gut, but not necessarily unfit. Like just was like he's not unhealthy, he just doesn't work out type thing. He's wearing just a shirt, pants, and shoes. Like nothing particularly interesting at all. He just looks very tired and not confused, just slightly inconvenienced by whatever's going on. He seems
So-
very annoyed.
So what you guys are describing here is not your I know Rick is a human, but not your humans. It's the to talk to you above the table. It's the characters that you created. Your sleeping human form doesn't yet know what's in store for them that we've front-ended a little
Correct.
in
I've
session
just
0.
described. You mean like
Yeah.
my race class thing? Yes, that is.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
described what
Yeah.
Rick looks like.
No, I know you. I was glad you rolled up first because I just wanted to hear how you went about it, and then wanted to throw that in before the next person went.
Both
So,
normal Rick and other Rick are basic ass humans.
and
In
now
fact,
we come
other
to
Rick just looks like normal Rick.
not Pickle Rick. So
It's a
now we
simple
come
man.
to
No.
Zachary again. Not everybody knows who you are, but tell us how you see yourself and what the other people in the room can see when they look at you.
So he's late 30s human like Rick, but sort of very skinny, and lean, and he has a fancy top hat and with a suit sort of jacket with tails and white gloves and a red bow tie and very nice black pants and shoes and dress shoes, yeah. And yeah.
Has to be one of the most styling models I've ever seen in Hero Forge that you sent through to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's epic. All right. Which brings us next to Fock.
Fock.
And
Fock
we'll get
is
to your-
a male half orc. He's about 6'2". He's pretty tight and tidy. Green eyes, sandy brown hair, olive skin, about 260 pounds. Yeah, he looks like he's not shy of a gym or some other such apparatus for working out.
He's on all of the Mexican supplements.
Correct, yes.
All right. Now, for you next two, just because of the nature of the connection, I'm actually going to get Ivy to go first, please. If you can tell us what you see with your in-game character.
You see a very thinner, tall, elvish woman with a split two-tone hairstyle, half white, half ginger. She wears mostly flowing robes in a very light color palette. She has a softer face, round. Her expressions, despite the situation, are not of confusion, but rather intrigue.
And Ed, can you please get your cursor out of the way? It's coming up on the stream as well. Thank you. Now there's a connection between the next character as well. So directly beside Ivy, as you guys are looking around, is someone or something a little bit unique. So Alia, can you please tell us what has entered the chamber from you? I really need to get a cue for Racer. It should be get off your phone and play D&D. Stop modding my channel.
Leave me alone. Everyone's talking to me.
I know, I can see it.
But it's not just your chat as well, it's in other forms.
Oh, I can't help that.
No, that's what I mean. Like, it's coming from every direction. What do I see?
So how do you see
literally-
yourself? What do other people see when they look at your character in game?
I don't even know how to describe myself because technically, okay. See, I'm not good at this shit. I don't know why you get me to do it. Which is why I got Lily to do the other side of it.
You can tap on Lily if you want. That's the nature of your relationship between the two of you.
I would just say that I am a very confused raccoon right now.
That's a pretty fair description. And a raccoon just for the above the game for the purposes of it, who has gained sentience and is going to be a player character in this campaign. Can I get who have I got there? Rick, with your passive perception, as you're looking over and casting your eyes around the room, and you see the two of them who, rather interestingly, aside from everybody else who is fairly evenly spread around the chamber, the elf and the raccoon, quite striking, have this thin tendril between them. It's almost invisible, but you spot it as they come into your vision, and then just after you see it, it's gone, almost like it was never there. And it is information for that you only have sighted at the present moment. So, with what you've currently got in front of you, just let me fix the map up. You've all landed. With having had a moment to catch your breath, look around, get your bearings, you all notice that the dome is approximately 60 feet across and around 80 feet high at the highest point of the dome itself, of the stonework. And you feel your limbs relax. Whatever was holding you in place and just allowing you to look around has been removed. You can speak, you can move, you have the ability to shake off that rigor and engage with the world around you. What do you do?
Nothing.
Okay.
Rick's just going to stand there, stunned.
Hi.
The dude in the tuxedo at the bottom has just called out a hi to the general room. Or are you saying hello to someone in general,
Just
Zach?
in general.
Yeah.
Rick just I eye him, but I don't
I'm
say
just like
anything
looking
back.
at the big monster thing to my right. Like pretty.
That big monster
suspiciously.
thing would be you,
Yeah.
Poccionus.
Yeah.
So you see this. I think perception's not.
Mate, what are you
strongest,
looking
but
at?
You see him looking at you.
What the fuck?
I mean,
Nothing. No one. How are
What's
you?
doing? Huh? What's doing?
God, it talks.
do you say that out
What?
loud, or
Mate,
is
come
that
over here
something
and
you're
say
just
that,
thinking?
huh? Why don't you go in the middle of this ring here? I'll fucking talk to you.
You can if you want to.
Free.
I
alright.
will has just out of curiosity, real quick. Is that a fucking raccoon?
And with that, all eyes are drawn to the two people at nearest the only apparent exit from this this chamber, a very
Did I get
heavily
drugged by a
sealed
raccoon?
door with a what appears to be a raccoon around 3 foot tall, standing on its hind legs, next to a much taller elvish woman. So, is it indeed a raccoon? Ivy, Ali, or any response for Rick?
I'm hiding because all eyes are on me.
I
So
want to
you're moving
clarify.
behind
I'm
Ivy,
not
is that right?
Yep.
Yep,
I'm
all
hiding.
right. So the raccoon is now peering out from behind the
Sweet.
legs of the elf, having shoved her forward so that she could get behind.
Awesome. Anthropomorphic
Like,
raccoon. We got Rick
nice.
Angel over here.
The castle would be like edging like towards the Rick.
Okay, so
And away
Steroid
from
with legs. This is
Yeah.
great, guys.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I'll let you get about that far. Yep, in this little interaction before things move on.
Why is stop? Why magician? Go away. I don't.
How'd you know I was a magician?
It's that or a waiter, and you don't strike me as a people person.
Hey.
Are the two of you up next to the door making any moves other than having been shoved forward with a raccoon now behind your legs? Ivy, are the two of you happy to stay where you are, or individually would you like to move?
Oh, we're staying where we are.
Ivy is looking around at everything, and it takes her a second. But, oh my god, guys! Like, LOL, guys, this is like IRL D&D. What?
Yeah, no. Rick's done. Rick sits back down. Fucking done. Rick wants to
Okay,
wake up, please.
Rick is now sitting. Yep.
Rick's out.
My
Nope.
guildmate would never believe this. Like, I gotta tell all my guildmates at some point.
Wait.
Oh, like D&D.
So the fourth wall is being kicked the shit out of.
I
Okeonis, are you staying where you are? Oh, sorry, Rick. Yep.
Rick's just pinching himself, trying to wake up. Rick would like to wake up now, please.
Yep. The human in the
Ricky, wake
corner
up.
is desperately pinching his arm and leg, and nothing is happening. He's sitting down, desperately getting bruises and lumps, and nothing is
new
occurring.
plan.
Yeah, I'm sort of like examining the LARP weapons around the room.
Yeah, so as you look
So
at them, you
picking
can
them up,
see upon
yeah.
closer examination, they are even more poorly made than what you originally thought. They are definitely second-rate theatre troupe props, largely duct tape and cardboard.
Oh,
They
just
they
like
look
what I use.
impressive at first glance, but now that you're looking at it, they are all all appearance and no substance, and even the appearance is not very high. The same
Is
with everything else other than the structure that you're within.
the one exit, that door that they're in front of, is it
Yep.
open or closed?
From where you are seeing, it is brightly lit. It is closed, and it appears to be very heavily reinforced from the outside.
Oh, goody.
So it's very clearly locked.
It is very clearly locked. You don't need to do any kind of
Awesome.
checks for that. It is imposing, and it appears to have been designed in such a way to make it very clear that it is not opening anytime soon.
How much of my equipment do I have on me at the moment?
At the moment, if for all of you, you have that same starting equipment that you built for your characters in Session 0. So whatever those weapons were, the outfit and clothing is up to you, but whatever your character has as their starting equipment that we sorted out in Session 0, you have that with you in this dream sequence.
Awesome. I want to go over to the door. Is there a clear lock on the door?
You will need to make a, what's that one? That will be an investigation check. Oh, look at that. We're doing a check. But I'll move your character over. So are you going right up to the
investigate
door?
a door to find out if there's like a keyhole?
Yep.
Okie
Because
dokie.
upon
you
first
willing
glance
to
on where
come
you
that
are,
close
there
to
does
us?
not appear to be. But if you want to have a
Okay,
closer look and
Rick
examine
wouldn't
it,
Rick wouldn't look any closer.
okay.
If there doesn't appear to be one, I take that at face
Okay, so if
value.
you're just doing an obvious, yep,
just-
there is
just
no
look-
obvious any sign of any kind of mechanism to open that door from this side.
Rick
at
will
this point in
also
time.
go over to the door, by the way.
Okay,
I
he's
am-
going over to the door. Yep.
I'm trying my best to ignore the raccoon.
All right. Do you want to be at like right in front of the door beside the raccoon, or do you want like?
Oh, yeah,
a
I'm at the
5
door.
foot- 5 foot-
I'm
yeah.
at the
Okay,
door.
so you're right
Going through my
beside,
back,
just
going through my backpack.
glancing to the
I'm
side at
totally
this.
gonna hiss at him.
Oh,
I ignore the raccoon.
and as he comes up,
What's he gonna do with the fucking raccoon?
from the trash panda
Go
that
wrong.
also has weapons. All right, and the last person who we haven't yet had any kind of opportunity to do anything. Are you going to stay where you are, Fokionis, or are you going to move from where you currently are?
I'm going to investigate the tables behind me whilst I move closer to old fucking Chris Angel in the corner there.
And while he's moving closer, I'll like move away.
All right, so you
Yeah,
two are
that's
doing
what I
like a
thought.
do-si-do around, but because you stopped to look at the table, so the table that is directly behind you, that appears to have again more theater props and like bows that look really nice, but then when you look at them closer, it has like it almost looks like a nylon string that is a single strand of it that has no flexibility to be pulled to shoot an arrow sitting on top of it. But this is one of the bench tops itself that actually appears to be very sturdy and well made. It is at least a couple of 100 pounds in weight, and it is one of the more rigid structures in the room. It is a very imposing piece of equipment, around 12 feet long by around 4 feet wide. It's a good, heavy, solid piece of furniture. You've got a good eye for it, apparently. And you've then moved away from that, and the table that you're now near is nowhere near as well built. It appears to be one of those flimsy IKEA, slap a veneer on top of it and call it a day jobs. Now, as you're playing this do-si-do, as Rick has moved over to the door, being hissed at by the raccoon, everything freezes again. And you hear a robotic, very disconnected impersonal voice permeating the space, and it echoes around the chamber, and all of you hear clearly, like it's speaking right into your ear. Dreamer sequence Y337 initiated, and that's it. As that happens, you're still frozen in place, and the boxing ring itself, the interior of it, just the boxing ring, starts to distort and glow, and it's like space itself is being stretched and molded in there. And as you're looking at it, right in front of you, just in front of where Phocyonis was previously standing and has now moved away from, in that ring, a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex appears, roaring to life. It's towering over your pitiful party, its head stretching up towards the roof, spittle and gore flying from its mouth. I mean, it could just be mad because it got snatched away from feasting on a goat tethered to a stake. You don't know. But as that happens, and as you are all just shitting yourselves at the appearance of this monstrosity, everything freezes again, including the T-Rex. And very different to that whispered robotic voice that you heard is two very faint voices that you can hear just at the edge of your hearing. And you hear this, wait, hold up, put that in there, give them a chance. But you can't change it too much or it will notice. And then in response to that, it's a shut up and let me work. And as you are hearing this, you just hear a massively loud clang around the chamber, and the T-Rex disappears. And in its place, one moment, as the T-Rex disappears, just beside where the T-Rex was, no less frightening, but not quite as big, is a terrifying giant scorpion. The pincers are clicking towards who's nearest to it. That'll be Zachary, as it sees him nearby on the outside of the ring. It's pushing at the ring ropes to get its claws through it. Its stingers dripping poison and waving around ominously. And once again, it freezes. Thank God, I hope. And the voices start up again. And as you are hearing these voices, it sounds like suspiciously like one small body is being shoved out of the way and replaced by another. And you hear again, this at the edge of your hearing. Let me show you how it's done. There, right there. That's more like it. Now they'll only likely die rather than certainly die. And that's the best we can hope for. And then there's just incoherent mumbling taking place. And you hear something like, your mum's the best you can hope for.
You fucking what?
Mate, you're frozen. You are locked in place at the moment.
Never mind.
So as you're hearing this happen, the scorpion disappears and the shape distorts one more time. And this monstrous giant toad appears in its place. Its dark pupilless eyes are surveying, looking around each of you as if you're nothing more than oversized flies for tonight's menu. And without warning, from where you have moved yourself around the room, each of you are suddenly thrust into the ring on the opposite side of the giant toad. And as that is happening, and I'll do your movements in a second, you just hear this voice reverberating around the arena, and it booms out, boss battle. In the red corner, fresh from the biomass merge in Miami, Florida, we have Lawrence, the giant toad. And in the blue corner, a bunch of, and you just hear this pause and looks over you. Team name to be decided, randoms. Well, good luck, dreamers. You're going to need it. And on that, I need you all to roll initiative. Don't tell me your numbers yet while I move you. So you're all in the ring opposite the toad.
First roll.
Going
Second
in.
roll.
Jeez.
All right, let me just make sure that has come up in the overlays. I need another 2 screens. Jay, you didn't tell me just how much shit there was to run. Well, you did, and I didn't listen.
The latter of those two,
This is why those of us who are smart use pen and paper.
I have that as well. So what I need to know first is who was in the 15 to 20 range.
22 for me.
How many, sorry?
22.
Okay. Yep, anyone else in that range?
24.
22.
Oh, wait, you had over. Okay, so who was in 20 to 25 then? So we had Rick was 22. Yep, Alia.
Zach's
22.
24.
Zach was 24. Yeah.
Wait, initiative's just a 1d20, isn't it?
Yep. And you'll have all. If you look on D&D Beyond, it also has. You can do the initiative roll on there because it also adds on.
That's what I did.
I think it's your Dex
So I can
modifier.
modify my
Yep. So what was yours, Falk?
6.
Holy shit. And Ivy.
4 again.
Shit. And we'll do the toad. One
Oh, the
moment.
toad.
Yep.
Boop.
That's a massive toad.
It is a massive toad, and he's not happy. All right. So we are going to do. Oh, actually, I need. Sorry, my apologies. I didn't set him up for an initiative roll. I got to roll on that real dice. I didn't get the dice set. I was ready for this all to happen in the. Yeah. All right. He doesn't get any modifiers there, so he is a 14. If anyone wants to know where the toad landed. So we've got, first off, when we start, it won't just be just yet, but if anyone wants to track the initiative order, we've got Zach on 24. Then we have Rick and Alia. What are your respective dexterity scores?
Actually, I apologize. So mine wasn't 22; it was 23.
Oh, okay. That
I
makes
do
it easier then. So then we got Rick, 23. And then we have Alia on 22. And we have the Toad on 14. And we have Fock on 6. And Ivy on 4. 4! All right. Now, please track your health on D&D Beyond because I have that open to be able to monitor what's happening with you. And I'm working the Toad inside Foundry. So if you could work with me on that, that would be brilliant. Actually, no, I think I'll just do it on pen and paper. So you've landed in with this toad in front of you. You are first up, Zach. What do you do? You're in the ring at the moment.
Can I try and get out of the ring?
Sorry.
You can use your, at the moment you have ring ropes to climb over. So I won't make you roll a check for it, but you can use an action to get out of the ring.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yep. Which direction? Where are you going?
Like towards the bows and stuff because I didn't see they were fake.
and how much movement does your character have?
30,
And are you going to use all of it?
Oh,
sorry. Do you want to?
Yeah,
That's
sure.
what I wanted to do. That was the wrong overlay. Don't mind me. I just wanted the ruler. Oh, you got heaps, mate. You can go. If you're just going over to that table, that's only going to be like 15 feet.
Yeah, I go there.
Can anyone else hear that stuff in the background, or is that just me? Like voices?
Yep. No, that is all part of the scene. That is
cool.
Yep. That is the.
I was going mad.
The gladiatorial, or the atmosphere of wherever you've been placed. There is random shit happening. All right, so you've moved over to there. What else would you like to do?
Can I like grab one of them and shoot it, or no? I use action. I grab one then. Yeah.
You can you pick up the bow and you just look at it, and your best bet is to use that thing as a club because there is no chance in hell that it will shoot an arrow. It is a single piece of nylon thread that is holding the bow. There is no tension in it whatsoever. It is quite literally a cardboard stage prop. But you can try. All right, and so next we have Rick.
We've been given no rules for this fight, have we? We've been given no. We're just
in a ring.
All you essentially know is you've woken up in a dream. You have some sort of inherent knowledge of this body you've come into. You don't know why. Some of you, there's humans, there's orcs, there's raccoons. You don't really know what the hell's going on. You're still not fully sure whether this is a dream or not, but it feels suspiciously real. And it certainly feels like there's some inherent threat from this toad, and you don't want to just lay over and get eaten. But everything you are acting on is essentially acting on instinct and what you're feeling in the body you're inhibiting. And in a player sense, you're able to use everything you've got in D&D Beyond at your disposal. You can do that
Also-
instinctively.
I'm gonna take a 5-foot step forward.
Yep.
I'm just gonna look around and just say, "Hey, you're gonna give us, you're gonna give us some rules, or do we kill this thing? Do we just gotta knock it out of the arena?" We've been given no information. You're the worst fight organizers I've ever fucking met. It's a weird ass dream. I got fucking racoon back. Let's not talk about that. You got anything for me?
The toad just looks at you quizzically, just
right.
eyeing off a meal that has taken one step closer to it, and
Sweet.
has no words to come back at you, just a gurgle low in its throat.
Holding no weapons, I will shrug and I will run over. I will run
Yep.
at the front of the toad and then sidestep to the right as I get it into that spot there. Yep. And I'm going to slam my shoulder into it and make an unarmed strike against it.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and roll for that. Yep.
Do you want me to roll on D&D
hit.
Beyond, or can I just roll in person?
Mate, you can roll in person, or you can roll in D&D Beyond. I'm going to
does
trust you
a-
guys to manage your rolls and let me know what the to hit is first.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
A
So
15
go
does
ahead and
hit.
roll
Okay,
damage.
so that will be. Wait, before I do this, I'm going to go ahead and use one of my maneuvers. I'm going to use a pushing attack. So when you hit with an attack, you can expend one superiority die to add the total to the damage roll. And if the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw or be pushed up to 15 feet away from me.
Yep.
So it has to make a strength saving throw while I roll damage.
Yep, I will do the strength saving throw while you do that.
6, 7, 8, 9.
So strength, it gets a... Oh, it does good on strength. Yep. Okay, it saving throw is 17.
That will definitely succeed. It will still
rolled really
take,
well.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage
Holy shit.
from my actual attack as I slam into it.
Yep.
As it doesn't move, I will just sort of like take a half step back and look at my fist. Just look at it, and I will just, as my bonus action, bring my fist back and just smack it in the eye.
Yep. Again, roll the hit.
Yeah, I'll use my bonus action attack because that's fun. 21.
21 hits. It definitely hits.
6 points of damage for the second attack. I don't get the
Easy.
extra. Cool. As I punch it in the eye, like it connects. I just sort of like look at the goop on my hand and wipe it off, and then I just look back at the frog, suddenly realizing what's in front of me. And
So as you've come and done those attacks, the toad has felt you hit the shove. It's just kind of looking at you, still a little bit bewildered at this very chatty, feisty meal that is just not standing still and is just making it work for its supper. And then as you're doing that, you reef back and sock it square in the eye, which does piss it off. It just lets out this absolute bellow, and a little puddle of ooze starts to form in front of the toad. It doesn't appear to be doing anything. It is just formed there, but that toad is definitely pissed at you.
let me just say,
Mm.
maybe we can be friends. And that's where my turn
And with
ends.
that, we're moving on to Rick.
No.
Oh, sorry, to Rick. My apologies. We're moving.
I mean, I'm happy to.
Lawrence's turn, yeah.
I
or no?
put Rick and Zach in. I put you in twice. Sorry. Let me try that again. Rick doesn't get 2 goes. We're moving on to Alia. So, Alia, what would you like to do?
I'm going to pull out my longbow and
What?
shoot it in between the eyes.
Okay, so you've got your longbow out. Take your
Off my
shot.
back.
Yep.
I need to do the hit dice, don't I?
I need to ask if the weapon's not equipped, is it an action to equip or a bonus action? Sorry, I don't have that in front of
It's an
me.
interaction.
It's an interaction, so it doesn't cost an act. Yep, okay.
Usually at the start of combat, every player can draw one weapon of their choosing. So it's sort of just something you can also do at the top of your turn without it being anything.
Easy, thank you.
Usually.
Right, so you take your shot.
Yeah, does a 9 hit?
A 9 does not hit. So that arrow just sails harmlessly straight over the top. Instead of going between the eyes, it just sails literally between the eyes and over the toad harmlessly, striking the door and just shattering.
Why does the raccoon get a bow?
Look, if someone wants to take time out of their combat to have that conversation with you, they can, but you guys hear Zach just bewildered over to the side as to how this raccoon has a bow and is shooting it. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
No.
Okay, so you're just gonna. Do you want to do anything with your movement, or are you just gonna hold where you are?
Oh no, I'm gonna stay right where I am.
Okay, so that's Alia's turn. Now the toad, seeing this this human that has just come and clocked the living crap out of it, is going to make a bite attack against Rick. So I will
Toads
roll.
have teeth?
I beg your pardon?
Do toads have teeth?
This one does.
Lawrence does. Of course Lawrence does.
All right. And I'll do the roll
Lawrence.
publicly, so
That's the toad's
no
name.
advantage. Does a 10 hit?
Sorry, who?
Does a
Does
10 hit
Rick.
you, Rick?
Me? Oh god, no.
All right, so the toad reaches out, takes a giant bite at Rick, but with its googly eyes and one of them still watering from the punch it received earlier, it completely misses the gaping maw, just traveling harmlessly over Rick's head as he ducks out of the way. And the toad gets, just let me see what the other option I have with the toad. So the toad is actually going to... No, he's going to hold his ground. So we move on to, and he doesn't have a bonus action, is Fok, you're up.
Fok is up. So just to clarify, whatever we said we have as inventory, we have access to. We've realised this.
Those basic starting level 1 weapons where you got with your character development, yes.
Cool. So the great axe and the javelin I have.
Yeah, I believe they were starting items that you could have for your character, yes.
Sure.
From memory, yep.
Yeah. All right. So Fok has, in the meantime, while he watched old mate get slapped and magic guy run away, and the raccoon miss, has realised that he has some weapons on him, and he's weighed up the great axe and he's weighed up the javelin, and he's decided that he's going to use the javelin. So he is going to hurl that javelin, specifically aiming for Lawrence the Toad's face, maybe his eye region.
Yep. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Roll.
Did you say you're not moving, are you? You're just taking the throw.
I
You're
have
well
not
and truly in
yet
range.
moved.
Yep.
Does 21 hit Lawrence?
21 does indeed hit Lauren. That's not a crit or anything. That's your roll wasn't
No,
a nat
it's
20.
16 plus 5, yeah.
Yep, it definitely hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
6 damage.
6 damage. And where did you say you're aiming that?
Towards Lawrence's face, perhaps the eye region.
Yeah. So with that javelin sails through and strikes the same eye that was already softened up by Rick, and it now has a javelin impaled out of it. That javelin sinks deep into the soft tissue, and Lawrence is now thoroughly enraged.
Oh, fucking got him, yes.
Hashtag Lawrence confirmed.
And we are now
I'm gonna
back
make
to
a toad kebab.
we're now back to Zach. Oh, it's the only one who's
I got a
edges of the
stick.
ring, and he is holding a paper mache bow with a nylon string at the moment. What would you like to do?
What?
Wait, did Ivy not get a turn?
Oh, did I miss? Sorry. Apologies. Ivy.
That's
My
me.
apologies.
It's a low roll, but
Yeah, it doesn't mean I actually gave the 4 to Fok and I left you off. That's my
Oh.
daughter's name, and I really should have gotten that one right.
you should.
Sorry. Ivy, what would you like to do? My apologies. This toad that now has a javelin sticking out of its eye. It's very pissed off. There's a puddle of some sort of green goop in front of it, around 5 feet out from it, and a human standing next to it wailing on it.
So Ivy's looking at all this, and she waves her hand, just like, nope, not dealing with this, nope, and accidentally casts Chill Touch.
All right. Go ahead and tell me what the to hit is on that.
That's an 18 to hit.
Holy shit, you guys are rolling good. Yep, that definitely hits.
And it just does 2 damage, but it's still a pretty good little slap.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so that icy touch extends accidentally out from the elven hands, hitting the javelin, and the frost traveling down into the javelin directly into the eye socket. Now has a crystallization over the eye. It stopped bleeding and gooping. It's now frozen solid with a javelin embedded in it. Now we're back to Zach with his paper mache bow.
Sorry, it's muted. Throw it away, I guess, and run towards the spears
Yeah,
on the other table.
you know you have your starting
Do you not
equipment,
have
right?
anything like on you?
No.
Not even in your
Okay.
inventory.
I have a sling, but I
Did you-
thought none
Doesn't your
spells.
character- Yeah, you've got.
Yeah.
Did you?
don't-
You inherently have everything that your character has.
Ah.
Sorry, I did say I did mention a couple of times, but I know there's a fair bit going on.
Fourth time,
So,
Jasper. Fourth time.
do you want to pick up? I am happy for you to pick up one of these spears, or would you like to do something else?
Alright, I'll like to cast a spell.
Okay, please do so.
Okay.
As you realize, looking down, like, oh shit, I don't need this. I got magic, bitch.
You know what? Thinking about it, maybe I didn't have to fear Egg in the last campaign. In hindsight.
Oh my god.
I can cast Firebolt bolt at it.
Firebolt. Yep,
Right. That's a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
That's 2 damage.
Good damage. Now, Firebolt's not one of those ones that has an AoE effect that I need to worry about.
No.
Rick, is it?
No.
Okay. Apologies. Now we are back to we're back to Rick,
Sorry.
who's now standing beside the angry toad, the puddle, the frozen eye socket with the javelin in it, and he's just dodged a swipe from that toad trying to bite him. What does Rick do?
Rick is going to look at this whole situation. Rick is going to dump his backpack first thing because it's just weighing him down. Why would he keep wearing it in combat? That's dumb. Rick will dump his
Mhm.
backpack.
Right.
He will reach down to the backpack and pull like the long wrapped bamboo quarterstaff that he has.
Mm-hmm.
Rick will then use his action to disengage, and Rick's gonna GTFO. Because this is a giant fucking toad, and Rick's just a fucking dude. What the fuck's going on? Fuck
He's
this
running. He shoved it. He's punched it in the eye, and then he's just come
I
to his
know,
senses
right?
and gone, "I'm
Yeah, but like
fucking
he had
getting
that
out of
moment
here."
of adrenaline of like, oh, I'll give him a bit of a shove, and then went, oh,
Yep.
what the fuck have I done? Like this is so
Yeah.
stupid.
Come
And where-
out,
Giant fucking
come
toad.
outside with me.
What a pity
Yeah,
that
I'm
you
a-
can
I'm a
disengage.
run-
But yeah,
I'm a run
where
to
are
where
you going?
Zacharias.
You head over towards it. So
Yeah,
on
where
the
my
door
cursor
side.
is.
Yep.
I want to
okay,
be
so-
between Zachary and the frog.
Yep.
I would like to, as I go, I will sort of like swing my quarterstaff out. I won't do any damage, but I'll like poke it and try to get it to follow me.
No, as you're trying to enrage it now,
I want it. I
Zach,
want it
it
to
costs
follow.
it costs Zach an action to climb out of the ring. Just letting you know that. I know you
Oh
haven't.
shit. In that
Gonna
case, we're
be-
gonna have a problem.
Yeah. So
You can,
'cause you've used your
grab
action to
a flip or
disengage.
something
Actually,
over
can
it.
I retroactively not use my action to disengage then?
Yep. The toad will get an attack of opportunity
Yeah,
against you as you
I'll
exit.
just run.
Yep.
I'll just get out of there. I don't care.
Okay. So as you are
Friggin'
attempting
toad.
to exit, I'm just going to see what the toad does here. So he's going to attack. All right. So as you're exiting, he's going to throw another bite at you as you're trying to run away from him because he is really mad at you.
Yep.
Does a 22 hit?
Yeah, that'll hit. That one. Yeah, that one will hit.
All right.
That one will get me got.
Now, as you say, that toad does 12 damage to you, and you are also,
Jesus.
if you're
I'm
still
sorry.
up,
I'm
considered
sorry,
grappled.
you fucking what?
Okay.
Of course I'm not still up, Spar. I'm level 1. What?
Hang on, let me double check that I didn't just roll that attack twice, because it's put in 2d10s and it doesn't get 2d10s. It gets 1d10. Hang on. Let me try that again.
You just killed the first person.
I went through all of the effort of adding my HP to my character sheet in Foundry so I can
Sorry,
have my HP
let me
bar appear on
let
my
me try this
character.
again. Sorry, I do apologize. I hit the attack twice, so it actually
I got
got 2 attacks
fucking
on you, and
got,
you don't get 2 attacks.
guys.
Now you take 7 damage.
That's
and
not
you are,
that much better.
It's better than 22, or whatever the hell it was. You take 7 damage, and you are also grappled by the toad.
I'm grappled?
You are grappled by the toad on a successful bite.
I should have just fucking disengaged.
Well, you have to
Oh,
punch him
man.
now.
This is some bullshit, guys. Okay, so he made an attack of opportunity against me, and I'm grappled now.
Yep.
Okay, it's still my
So-
turn.
What,
So
so the
Your
toad's
turn.
little arms are like grappling.
does this toad look hurt? Like,
The toad, the toad is looking very sore.
okay,
The
does
toad
this
is definitely
look-
bloodied.
So, question: when the toad came in, the toad was clearly aggressive towards us. Did the toad look like it was like a bull, like it had been riled up by someone, or did it look like, oh, I'm gonna eat them?
It came in just looking at you all like you were dinner.
Okay, I'm going to. Fuck! I dropped my backpack. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna drop my quarterstaff
Just-
and punch it again. Quarterstaff's not gonna do much good when it's holding me, so I'm gonna just punch it and kick it.
Okay, so you got your weapon, but you hadn't done that previously, so you got that for free.
Yeah, I just
You've
dropped
gone to run
that.
up. Yep, so you had the action. So yep, all right.
I'll just fucking-
Because you're grappled. No, you don't get any disadvantage. Yep, you're right. Do you roll for your attack?
Oh, 1 sec. I've got a conditions. Grappled. Nope, that's not the right one. That's restrained. They changed the
Speed
symbols.
is 0. That's all grappled does, really.
And
It's,
it's up to you whether you want to be putting your health in your character. I wouldn't be doing too much with your token. I'm recording it all, but that's up to you what you want to do in Foundry. I'm using it as a
My
map,
token.
essentially, a map and a
Oh, okay.
marker.
I'll use it.
Yep.
See, we're
So
looking over there. My first attack is going to be a red hot 8.
8 misses. So you beat uselessly against the mouth of the toad, but you can't reach the eye that you've already damaged, and you're just hitting thick, calloused lips.
Well, you better believe this boy's going to use his bonus action to attack again.
Go for it.
I'd kick it this time. Does it-
No worries. You're you got one leg in the mouth and one leg out of it. So take your kick and let's see which one.
Fucking does a 13 hit?
A 13 does hit. So the
That's
leg
some
that is
damage.
currently out of the toad's mouth takes a mighty swipe across and
Plus
smacks it in the
strike,
snout.
D4. 4 points of damage. Isn't one of you like
Holy
a fighter
shit.
or something? What are you doing, guys? What?
You clearly got it handled. I mean,
Yeah, all over it. All right. And
Clearly.
moving on to Alia, who's facing off this toad with Rick currently in its mouth by one leg. Grappled.
He's not
What
mad.
would you
He's
like to
just
do?
disappointed.
What are you doing?
So quiet.
It's because we're waiting to see what you do.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
You're
Alia.
Alia. It's the
dude,
character's name.
I'm not used to it. Okay,
We're
leave
picking
me
up on that.
alone.
All right, Alia Racer. Could you please
It's
tell me what
Natalia.
you're doing?
I'm gonna fire off another arrow.
Excellent. Now, where are you aiming? This is important.
Oh, the other eye. Go
I'm
for it.
trying to get right between the eyes.
Okay.
Or
well,
between the eyes.
Yep. So you're currently
But-
shooting over the top of Rick, aiming between the eyes. Yep.
Yes, but I rolled a 9 again.
And again, the arrow, your raccoon self is out behind the robes of the elf, and you're very nervously firing off your bow, which is much better built than the one Zachary tried to pick up. But nonetheless, the arrow again just sails harmlessly over the top of the toad and
rigged.
clatters into the stonework. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action or your movement?
Nope, I'm in a very good position right where I am.
All right. So the toad that currently has Rick grappled is going to. Hang on, I'm just going to check if I have to make a roll on this. Is going to make an attack on Rick. If it's successful, he is going to swallow Rick.
About no.
What?
Can we please not?
Oh, actually, no, hang on. It's grappling with attack hits. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to do the bite attack. My apologies. There's a 14 hit.
Me? No.
No. All right. So the toad makes an attempt to bite down on your leg, flip you up, and swallow you. But it unfortunately, how much does it? Oh, actually, don't tell me that. Unfortunately, it's unable to do so, and it just reaches out and snaps you out of the air, grabs you by the leg that it currently didn't have. So before you were face up and kicking at its snout, looking up at the toad, you are now face down in the puddle of green ooze with your other leg trapped in the toad's mouth and one leg.
Two legs trapped.
No, it swapped legs. So it flicked him up in the air,
Swapped,
tried to swallow him,
right.
and as he's come down face first, it has grabbed a hold of the other leg. But I don't believe, hang on, it missed, so you don't take any damage from that. All right, moving on. That's the toad done.
He's juggling, Rick.
The toad is really fixated, despite its rough condition. It is very fixated on Rick and is exceptionally focused on ending him. Next up, Fock.
Rick regrets his life choices.
All right, so Fox, slightly annoyed that this is still dragging on and still not really sure what's going on, is going to use a bonus action and go into rage because he's quite pissed off. One could say he might light a fuse and try and go nuts. So I'm going to tick that box and then see what that does for me.
Yeah.
He also knows that he has a whopping great big great axe that he's now going to make use of. So he's going to sort of run forward with that and make an attack. So Fox grabbed the axe and he's like, fucking what's going on, man? Like, this is a trippy dream. I shouldn't have eaten that souvlaki in the fridge. I knew it was old, but fuck, it would look good. I'm tripping balls here. There's a giant ass fucking wind in the willows frog. This is the worst story ever. I don't know what's going on.
Hypno
But
toad.
I'm fucking done with this. And he just runs forward with his great axe and he is going to swing it almightily and try and basically knock the spear through the toad.
All right, now before you, so you're coming over the Rick's over currently here in the toad's mouth.
Oh, hang on, I haven't got that map open right.
So hang on, sorry. So Rick is essentially
right.
to the left of the toad as you're looking at
Cool.
it, with his face down in the
So
puddle of
the
ooze.
spear, of course, is in the right eye, isn't it?
No, the spear is in the left eye, so it's on the side that you've come up
in
to.
that case, I'm
Now,
just gonna
when
try and stick
you
between the eyes, then
when you have arrived there, in coming up to the toad, I'll give you taking your axe out and equipping it for free, but you've now stepped into the puddle of green ooze that the toad has spewed out in front of it, and I would like you to make an athletics saving throw, please, to see if you don't slip in that ooze as you are mightily raging and running forward to try and slam your axe into the toad's javelin and eye.
Because Lawrence is quite large, I've jumped before any puddle to jump up.
It'd still be an athletics check, wouldn't it?
I am definitely. I want the
Hoping,
athletics check. Yeah,
in plan.
Nice attempt though. I like it.
Athletics check, right?
Athletics check. So this is we're confirming this is for the leap, but you are
Is a
targeting
nat
the
20 any
javelin.
good?
Oh, fuck me.
So that'd be
All
25.
right. That definitely hits. Now,
Yeah,
before we do
fuck you
anything
and your
else,
puddle of green shit, mate.
before we do anything else, tell me what damage that does, and then we'll address the natural 20. Because you
What,
do your
I
damage
haven't
and then
done- I
double
haven't
it.
rolled to see that. That was
Yeah,
an
so
athletics check.
Roll that. Yeah, you definitely passed the athletics. Oh, that was sorry.
Right. So
You
now
have-
I can roll to see if I hit.
Dante, because
Yes.
you have rolled the natural 20, I'm giving you the passing of the athletics tag and the
And the hit. Oh,
because
nice.
there's not really a lot else I can give you with the athletics rather than trying to add some superfluous stuff to it. I would rather give you
Cool.
the benefit of the nat 20 onto the hit right at the end of the javelin where you're aiming. Can you give me the damage? So roll your damage and then double it. Roll
Yep,
your total
yep.
damage and then give me the double.
All right. So because I'm in rage too, it says +2 melee damage with strength weapons. Is that something I have to add, or is it going to do it for me? Or
If
You
you're
have
doing
to
it
add
in D&D Beyond, will
Yes.
it not do it for you?
No, rage isn't something you can just turn on in D&D Beyond, unfortunately.
right. So whatever I
bugger.
roll, I
Okay.
then +2 before I double it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. A nat 1.
How much?
A nat 1.
For damage.
Yeah. So
So
that's
you did-
+3 for 4, +2 for melee for 6, and doubled is 12.
Okay.
That
Because I
could've
say,
been
holy
so much
shit.
better.
That
Fucking
is
hell.
much better. And
It's
first
really
time
not, 'cause we
I'm
started with 1.
getting to ask this. How do you want to do this?
I don't want to do well. So okay.
How do you want to end the toad? That
Oh, I've ended the toad.
That
Yes.
has
Okay, cool.
ended the
So,
toad's life.
As we
with
said
that 12
before,
damage.
Bocchianus did jump up in the air with the two-handed axe,
Mhm.
and he's jumping in the air, going "fuck this toad!" And he's like cleaves down through the middle of the toad's face, just splitting his nose apart in two. The toad immediately drops his mouth open, and Rick falls to the floor with a thud to the left of the green ooze, just for fun. And the toad sort of looks at me, the eyes peel back as his face cleaves apart, and he falls to the ground in a heap. And I nonchalantly put my foot on his nose and retrieve my spear and go, "Fuck you, Kermit."
I'm so glad I asked. And with that, the toad just starts to bleed and ooze out underneath your feet and onto Rick, who's still prone, and then abruptly disappears.
So
So
I then
you
turn to
all-
the rest of the group and go, "Hello, my name is Fockianus. Can anyone tell me what the fuck is going on?"
And as you ask that question, the world again suddenly freezes. As soon
Jesus.
as you have asked that question and some mouths start to open, you again, Lawrence defeated and vanquished. Before you can catch your breath, before you can do any more than utter those few words, that robotic disconnected voice once more permeates the entire space. Dreamer sequence Y337, stage 1, successful. Initiating stage 2. Commencing battle royale. Only one may remain standing. You will be awakened in your regular meat sack at the conclusion of stage 2. Dreamers will be removed from the dreamer sequence Y337 upon defeat. And as you hear this, you are unfrozen, but don't do anything just yet. You, in terms of combat, please reset yourselves like a long rest in D&D Beyond, so you will get everything back to where you began at level 1, and your characters are about to be dispersed roughly evenly around the arena. But before I do that, because there's one penalty here on initiative for if someone rolls a 1, can I just get you roll your initiative, and I only want to hear from you if you roll in that 1.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, if you roll initiative, keep it to yourself unless you roll a 1. Even if you have pluses to your 1, if your dice roll is a 1, I want to know. All right, no one's called out a 1. So on this second set, the battle royale with the knowledge that you've been given that upon essentially death or falling unconscious, as soon as that happens, you'll awaken from wherever you are slumbering. Only one person can win this and be the last person standing. I need to know. So first off, let's go through your initiative. I'll get your numbers, and then we will figure out if we don't have any ones. I'll be seeing who had the lowest score. So first off, how do we go with 20 and above?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. So Rick.
22.
Yep. And I think it was Alia Racer.
23.
All right. Yep. All right. 15 to 20.
Yep.
Yep. So Fock, what were you?
18.
All right. And no one else. 10 to 15.
Yeah.
All right. Ivy, what were you?
11.
Yep. And that leaves you, Zach. Zachary, what were you?
I was 12.
Okay. So Ivy again at the bottom of that list.
Sorry, Ivy.
So that leaves Ivy in the middle of the ring with the lowest initiative roll. And everybody else essentially scattered the 4 points of the compass. As you had the highest roll, Alia, you have a choice of either being next to the door, which is still firmly closed, or you can be swap positions with Rick, who is currently down behind the tables opposite you.
I'll stay where I am.
Okay. All right. So now we've got Alia, Rick, no Toad.
Is the toad still in the room, or is it just
Nope, the
disappeared?
toad has dissolved and disappeared.
Right.
That phase 1 is over, whatever that means, and phase 2, the second and final phase, is beginning. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't have your sheets in front of me, so I will just need you to let me know when your character essentially falls unconscious, so that I can just remove you from that order. So with that announcement, we move over to Alia next to the door. What would you like to do? You've looked around. Everybody unfreezes. Fockianus has just finished uttering the words about what the fuck is going on. And you now find yourselves from where you were standing, just in the blink of an eye, unfrozen. You're teleported to a different point, as if you'd been there the entire time. You can see, just to set the scene, Alia is next to the door. Fockianus is over next to the table, the sturdy table where he started. Opposite him is Zachary. So that's the raccoon is next to the door. The half-orc is next to the table. The gentleman who's been accused of being a magician in the top hat is opposite the half-orc on the other side of the ring. The human who punched the toad in the eye is down the bottom side of the arena underneath, behind the tables, opposite the door. And then the raccoon, very chatty and nervous raccoon, is standing next to the door, and Alia the raccoon is going first.
I ain't doing nothing.
Doing nothing? So you're just going to pass on your turn? Rick, what do you do?
Rick's gonna. So the random voice in the sky just told us all to murder each other. Cool. Rick is neither a psycho nor sociopath. Can't wait to figure out which members of this party are his favorite and which ones he doesn't like in about 6 seconds. Rick is going to look at the strange girl in the middle, who, quite frankly, shouldn't be here. Eye off the raccoon. He's going to look at the magician who couldn't even figure out how to fire a bow, and level the fact that the half-orc is probably the only one he has to be worried about. And then he will proceed to use his action to take the dodge action, and I will stay where I am.
Yep. Okay. So he gets taken the dodge action and he's standing exactly where he is behind the tables.
Yep.
So for everyone who's watching, you just see that the raccoon is standing stationary next to the door. The human sort of takes a position that looks a little bit like something out of a kung fu film, with his back up against a wall behind a table.
Actually, I will
Um,
clarify. Rick grabs the quarterstaff and awkwardly holds it in front of himself because he is still not confident in his own abilities.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yep. Got it. So is attempting to cover himself and not be hit by the table. Why is Ivy moving? Leave Ivy where she is.
Someone
All
has
right.
discovered the magic.
Yeah. I haven't turned off your ability to move your own characters. Leave them alone. All right, Fock, what do you want to do?
Okay. So I'm standing near the sturdy table.
You're standing at the sturdy table. There's an elf in the middle of the ring. And just to reiterate, it costs an action to get in or out of the ring over those ropes or under those ropes. They at the bottom to your left, there is a human standing behind a desk, awkwardly holding a quarterstaff. Directly opposite you is a very fancy dressed gentleman in a top hat, and the raccoon is next to the door.
Right. Well, okay.
It looks so
Given that Fokianus' night job is a bouncer, he is well versed in trying to not escalate situations. So, and you know, like Rick has said, like no desire to try and kill everyone else in this room. I don't even know them. So he is going to flip the sturdy table on its side, step over it, stand behind it, and with his back against the wall, also hold his spear out in some sort of "I made fuck off" type pose.
All right, that is the movement, everything, all that work. That is a really heavy table.
I'm a really big guy.
You are, and it should be relatively easy for you to
What
flip
do you
it.
need me to roll?
But I would like you to roll your, what would that be, strength check? Hang on, let me look at that. And I'm clicking on you in my luggage one. So I would like you to do. Can you just do a straight strength roll? That's the thing you can do in D&D Emerald, isn't it?
I think so. I've got a string up the top or
Yeah,
a
the
strength
top.
saving throw.
So what? Sorry.
Let's click on your
So
strength score.
Yeah, so
Just a
click on your
strength
strength.
scores at the top box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just essentially want to know if you roll shit and something funny
okay.
happens.
No, I've got 20.
Oh, geez, yeah. No, you easily, with one hand, just flip that table on its side, stroll around, and take up position behind the sturdy, what appears to be oak table. All right. So we've got a raccoon with the back to the door watching what's happening. We've got a half-orc taking up position behind a table. You can all equip weapons of your choice as well, so please make sure you have that ready. Don't take an action to do it. Just tell me what you're using when you go to use it. We're now on to Zach. What do you do?
I go, oh, well done with that giant frog thing. You guys, it's really well done. But yeah, so if we die, we wake up. I laugh nervously and take the dodge action.
And that leaves us with Ivy in the center of the ring. You've got everyone just nervously sort of taking up these defensive positions all around you. You're right slap bang in the middle. What do you do?
Ivy slowly starts muttering along the lines of, "This is not a game, this is not a game, this is not a game, what on earth is happening, this is not a game," as she slowly descends to the ground and just curls in a ball. That is her entire turn.
All right, so everybody is nervously waiting for someone else to make a move. This we'll let you guys know this will not go on forever. But back into the game. So we come back to Alia. You see, Ivy is now turtled up in the middle of the ring. Half Orc has just the display of unmatched strength, just flipped over an extremely heavy table and is crouched behind it. A nervous gentleman across from you with a quarterstaff, and then a gentleman in the top hat who looks like he's ready to jump out of the way at anything that comes near him. What do you do?
I'm going to run to the center to Ivy.
All right, you should easily. What's your movement? For your character, I think you should easily have
About
enough.
25 feet.
Yep. I couldn't remember what, and it'll take you an action to get over the ropes, so that will easily send you in there. So where do you want to? Do you want to be on any particular side, or just the nearest point that gets you to her?
The
Once you
nearest
clear the
point that
ropes.
gets me to her.
Yep. All right, you're there. Would you like to do anything else?
Nope, I'm just an emotional support animal.
All right, and Rick.
Sorry, can you repeat to me what the voice said before, real quick?
All right, yes, I can. One moment.
Sorry, I just want to know exactly what, like, its exact words and
Yep.
exactly what.
Said Dreamer sequence Y337 stage 1 successful. Initiating stage 2. Commencing battle royale. Only one may remain standing. You will be awakened in your regular meat sack at the conclusion of stage 2. Dreamers will be removed from the Dreamer sequence Y337 upon defeat.
I lay down.
Yep.
It gave
Rick lays
specific
down.
instructions. Only one of us needs to be standing. I lay down.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, no, I sit down. I'll sit. I want to keep an eye on them. I don't trust the half orc. He's big.
Yep. All right.
That's fair.
That's it. That's my turn.
You get a very puzzled. Yep. No worries.
Quarterstaff and bag, sat down. Just
Yep.
chilling.
And still dodging. All right. Fock?
No, I don't take the dodge action.
No, not dodging.
No,
All right.
just gonna chill.
Oh my god, my hairdresser did not have to do me dirty like that.
I know, right? I didn't want to say nothing, but now that you brought it up,
I just found a white extension in amongst all my black hairs.
I'm so sorry to hear it. Now, Fockianus, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna just regret my choice of even having hair that has color or hair.
Uh-huh.
I don't. Fuck, I don't even know. Like, what do I do?
Lay down.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna lay down, but I'm gonna sort of see what other people are doing and get a sense that people are not keen to fight. So I'm just gonna sort of remove myself down behind the table. Let's go kneeling. Kneeling, that counts as not standing. Kneeling. I'll take one knee. There we go. Take a knee.
No worries. And Zach?
I grab the nearest. Yeah, once like that initial 6 seconds sort of passed, and sort of like and seeing Rick sit down, I sort of grab one of the stools nearby and go to sit on that.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Ivy, are you remaining turtled?
Ivy notices Alia just slowly reaches like a single hand out to pat the fur. As she slowly curls further in on herself.
All right. As this 2 rounds of pacifism and lack of engagement is occurring, you sense some small beady eyes on you, and your whispered voices are back. The ones that you heard before the T-Rex that had been dropped on you was changed and adjusted to a scorpion and then to a giant toad, which ended up being a much more manageable battle for you. And you just hear those voices confused going, what the fuck are these idiots doing? They have to engage. If they don't, they are going to be fucked when the fall happens. And then other voices going, shh,
hello.
Shut up. We can't interfere.
Just to confirm, you didn't freeze us this time before those voices.
You guys summoned the toads,
Nope.
right? I mean,
Nope.
like, they summoned. It's very clear to everyone else that they what is your definition of interfering? Because you're interfering on my peace at the moment. If you could wake me up, that'd be great. Look, clearly you don't know much about humans, but not all of us are hardwired to murder when told. See, this is why most fiction that involves some sort of battle royale competition is bullshit, because humans aren't necessarily wired to immediately slaughter each other. Isn't that right, guys? Actually, you're a raccoon and you're an elf. I don't know what he's got going on under the top. Humanoids, beings of intelligence, I will clarify. I apologize
Hi.
for
Who you calling
misidentifying.
no intelligence?
Beings of thought, and that one.
I've got a fucking thought or two right now, champ.
And
Okay,
as
beings except for him. He wants to murder me, I think.
Oh, you keep talking.
I will.
with this, those two voices that it sounded like one, like almost like a microphone had been cut off, and one had shut the other up. That with the almost mid sentence of not, we can't draw attention to ourselves any further. That cut out, and the robotic instructional voice comes back over again, reverberating around the chamber, and is speaking back to you. And dreamers, you have successfully passed stage 1. Stage 2 is not negotiable.
Have fun with that.
Initiating stage 2. And with that, everybody is moved into the ring. I can't make the rest of the space disappear, but you are all essentially moved into the same position you were. Those who are already in the ring remain where you are. The rest of you find yourselves in the ring with the space closing up. And the initiative that you had remains. The feeling of the room is you start to feel this really oppressive intent. So where before it was almost like an automated sequence was running, you feel like you've gained the attention of something that you possibly don't want the attention of, but you don't know what to make of that feeling as you are in this semi-ethereal dream state. Although everything that you're experiencing, including the wounds you suffered for some of you during the Toad battle, felt exceptionally real. Back to where we started. Alia, what do you do?
Nothing.
All right. Rick?
When I teleported, do I have my quarterstaff and everything back?
Yep, so you have your weapon of choice equipped.
Yeah, I just toss that over my shoulder and sit back down. I'm not fighting.
Yep. All right, and
I'm not gonna
Fock?
murder someone.
All right, so
as
it
he
says
sits
last
down,
person
I wanna
standing,
clarify.
doesn't it? So it doesn't necessarily say, well, they don't necessarily say we have to kill each other, yeah?
You essentially, when
We don't know.
you
It's
fall
something.
unconscious, you wake. What you've been told is when you fall unconscious in this dream state, you will wake up in your body. So there is no
And so,
the way
but
it has been
the
indicated
room
to you.
is like getting closer. Is it like
Yep. So the
walls
room
are
has
in?
now shrunk down. I can't do this easily without
Right, so I'm on
fuss
the
around
like,
for another
I'm
10
going,
minutes. So you are
3PO,
now
can you turn
essentially
off the
all you
trash
have.
disposal?
Sorry. Say that again. Can you say that again? Sorry.
So I'm on the comms going, fuck, 3PO, turn off the trash disposal.
Rick cheers. Rick cheers at that reference.
That time.
That was very good. And that's
Nap
all you're
time.
doing? You're trying
No,
to talk
no,
to.
that was just, you know.
Can I say,
That's
so
it.
you've called out now that the entity who is now, you have its attention, understands that reference, but I will tell you that it understands that reference, but it is, you can feel it is unwilling. You're not going to negotiate with.
Okay, so
with
the
this.
tables and everything are gone,
Don't
or
negotiate with terrorists.
So
tables are
you're
gone.
essentially all you have. There is just blackness around
ring.
everything but the ring.
All
All
right,
that
so
is
fuck
there. The
this.
door is gone.
I'm gonna put a stop to this. I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty keen to wake up. So Fokianis walks over to the corner of the ring.
Yep.
And with all of his might and pent up rage for years of not living up to people's standards, backstory, never mind.
We'll
He
get to that, I'm sure.
almightily whacks his head against the post, seeking to knock himself out.
Roll damage, roll attack on yourself, and actually you are doing this to yourself. So I'm gonna no, roll attack. We're
I'm
gonna
going to assume that I hit myself and I don't miss.
I'm not actually, because
Oh, come
I
on.
want to see what happens. So roll and see if you
What
successfully.
am I
headbutt
rolling?
the post.
Even?
Roll it like an attack, and see if you do more than your AC.
So unarmed strike.
Oh, yep. It's a
Is it a
headbutt, so it
saving
would have been
throw?
unarmed
Like,
strike.
what am
It's
I
a
rolling
headbutt.
here?
Yeah, headbutt. So unarmed strike.
But that's not even higher than my own armor class. That's not going to work.
All right, I'll let you roll as if roll it with your axe, just for amusement value. Let's do
Okay.
it. Do it like an attack, just so you can see whether you damage yourself.
Oh, fuck me. 7.
All right, so you come flying
Oh,
across
bullshit.
to try and and KO yourself on the post, and all you successfully end up doing is taking an air swing, hitting the rope, and bouncing back to the into the corner of the ring. So, despite all your posturing and your
I'm not
heroic
convinced this
intent,
is right. So
you have not been successful in
okay.
harming yourself.
I think that should have been a saving throw. But anyway.
Zach.
Jeez. I don't like this situation that we're in. Just saying. Yeah, I see what he tries to do, and I go, yeah, let me help you with that, and I shoot a fireball at him.
At Fock?
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Zach,
okay.
I'll get it on my next turn.
Oh fuck.
Go for it. So
you'd better be knocking
roll
me
damage.
out.
I roll for roll for hit. And you have my eternal gratitude egg for kicking this shit off. So what was the hit?
Fuck. 15.
Oh no. Just 15 hit, Fock?
Yeah, my armor class is 14, so yes it does.
Oh, yep, it hits. Roll for damage.
It's not much. It's 2 damage.
2 damage. So the quiet, skinny accused magician gentleman lets off and shows some magic, and a stream of fire goes over the top of the support animal and the turtled elf and strikes the half orc in the chest, burning and singeing.
Do I get an
some
opportunity
stubble.
attack in reaction to this, or
No, he's too far away. He's just taking a shot at you, and you take 2 damage.
So no reaction.
Do you have some sort of ability reaction to having a spell shot at you from 20 feet away?
In combat as a reaction, opportunity attack.
No, so your
No.
opportunity attack is only when someone's within 5 feet of you and they move away.
They move away.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
read that one.
There is,
Fair enough.
when you get the ability to choose feats later in the game, there is a feat called, I think it's Mage Slayer, that if you're within 5 feet of someone and they cast a spell, you can also make opportunity attacks, but you'd have to select that later in the game.
Okay.
Yep.
Good to know.
Awesome.
So how far away are we from each other, would you say?
I think you guys, I can tell you.
I can measure, can't I?
Yeah, you should be able to. So it's at a diagonal, so I'd say you're probably about 15 feet
12?
from each other. I'd say 15. 15 from your center of mass to his center of mass.
Okay.
All right, so Zach, do you have anything else that you can or would like to do? Would you like to move? Are you going to stay where you are?
You're gonna run?
You fired you've got the an angry half orc. What do you want to do with the rest of your turn? Then we need to move on. Don't tell me we've lost
Sorry,
them.
nothing. Just move on. Yeah.
Okay. So Ivy, you've seen things starting to escalate. Firebolt's just gone over Alia's head and struck the half orc in the corner near you. What do you do?
Panicking, she waves a hand up as if to protect herself from the previous fireball, and once again accidentally casts Chill Touch.
At who? Or is it going to be a
at-
random target?
At Zach,
At Zach.
because it's in the direction.
Yep. Okay. Because if anyone wants to do a random thing, just let me know, because I've got to back up for that. But you don't have to do
That
it.
is
So
an 18
Zach.
to hit him.
Does that hit Zach?
I throw my hands up to stop it, and a magical barrier appears as a reaction, and I cast shield, which
Oh.
stops it.
Oh, all right. Do you have anything you would like to do accidentally or otherwise with your bonus action or movement? Because you're
I don't
currently
have
prone
any.
turtled.
Yeah.
All right. And Alia, so you've now seen an attack across to the half orc. You've seen, to the best of your knowledge, Ivy has just launched an attack at Zach that's been blocked by a shield. What do you do?
Can I smack Zach with my longbow?
Do you have a stat there that tells you what you can do as a melee attack, what your range is for that? Because I think you'd have been unarmed. If you've got
Like
something in there that
the
you can use it as a melee strike.
unarmed strike, you can punch, kick, headbutt, or use a similar forceful blow and deal bludgeoning damage equal to 1+ strength modifier.
All right, yeah. So I don't have the skill set to do this on the fly. So if you want to make an unarmed strike and use that, go for it. Because he is within 5 feet of you. He's one
It's
square
like no
across.
damage, but okay. 17 to
Hey,
hit.
17 hit.
Hey, Spa.
Yep.
With that gap between them, she can't
Yep.
attack him. She needs to move closer, buddy.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you need to move across one to attack him. Would you like to do that so you can hit him? Thank you.
Because that's 5 feet. That's
Yeah.
10, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I take a step forward?
You absolutely can. And what did you roll for the attack?
Oh, I haven't yet. Hang on.
Oh.
3.
Does 3 hit?
That didn't even roll a dice. That doesn't make sense. It just says
Yes.
+3.
So an unarmed strike is a d20 plus, I think, just your strength, and then the damage will just be your strength modifier, or 1, depending on how generous the DM is. There you go.
So what have you got?
Ah.
Basically, just roll a strength check for an unarmed strike. There's no proficiency or anything. If you're a monk or have a
Okay.
specific feat to do it.
That is good to know. I thought it was a built-in
So-
roll.
Okay. So it's a 7.
I don't think 7 does, but I'll ask, does it hit?
Oh no, I've done my hit, which is 17, but then my
Oh.
damage did nothing. It just did the 3 for some weird reason. It just said +3.
Yes, because
I'm unarmed strike.
unarmed strikes just deal damage equal to your strength modifier.
Yep, so you've done
No
3 damage.
dice.
Now, Zach,
Okay.
do you have anything that will, like you did with the shield, just checking? Anything?
Oh
that's
wait,
gonna
so that would be my
Strength?
strength check plus my 3. Is that
No,
correct?
you won't get your strength +3. You'll get your 3 damage. So you got your 17 to hit, and you've done 3 damage to Zach.
No,
You're
my
unarmed
AC is
strike.
21
Okay, so you don't hit with the
until
17.
the next.
Okay.
Okay, so because of your shield, all right. So you throw your.
But the
Your,
shield is for everything, not just spells.
Yes.
It appears so. So you throw that. You throw to try
Okay.
and kick him in the groin for shooting at Ivy, and it just harmlessly bounces off the shield that is still around Zach. So you've moved a small amount. You can move back, but he'll get an attack of opportunity, or disengage if you have that action, or you can stay where you are, or you can do something
No,
with your
I'm
bonus
still an
action.
arm's length of Ivy, so it's okay.
Yep, you're diagonally still. Yes, you are. All right. We're next to Rick, who was mouthing off at Fock just moments ago.
Rick will
Okay.
look at Zach. Rick's gonna look at Zach with a. Rick's not angry, but he just looks so disappointed in you, Zach. Like, oh man. But he's gonna see that the attacks aren't hitting. When he looks at Fock, does Fock look like he's about to run at Rick with a weapon? Does Fock look like Fock is about to attack Zach?
Do you want to answer? Because I think it'd be unfair to ask Fock to answer that. So I'll say that at the moment he was mouthing off at you, but then Zach is hit him in the chest with a fireball and singed the tiny bit of stubble left from his shaved chest. I would suggest that at the moment Zach has Fock's attention because you guys are mouthing off, but he actually shot him with a spell.
Okay, but looking at Fock, is Fock holding a weapon?
He did say he was holding a weapon. I can't remember if he said it was an axe or a javelin, but he's holding a weapon, yes.
Okay.
I think it was an axe because he swung it.
I will...
Javelin. Okay, there you go. He's holding a javelin.
Holding a javelin. Looking at Fock, I'm going to point at Fock and say, don't do it. Does Fock say anything back?
Does Fock say anything back?
Oh, but I'm gonna fucking rip his arms off and shove him in
You're
his
better than
ears and
this.
ride him like a pogo stick.
I'm going to run at Fock.
All right. Where do you want to go to? Because you've got the
5
movement to
feet.
be anywhere near him.
I want to be between Fock and is it Ivy?
Yep,
Fock
Ivy's
and
turtled in the middle. Yep.
Yep, between
You
Fock
you
and
certainly
Ivy.
can. Yeah, you have the movement to do that. So yep, you're positioned there.
And I'm
diagonally
just going to
between
yell,
them.
"We are not," and I'm going to make an unarmed strike at Fock.
That's good because you threw your quarterstaff over your shoulder and it tumbled into the
Yeah,
black
just,
abyss. It's gone.
I'm going
Yep.
it in with a fist for a
Yep.
total of 23 to hit.
Yep. Does that hit,
Oh, yeah,
Fock?
that hits,
Okay.
obviously.
And damage?
And as I connect, so as my fist connects with his face,
Mhm.
I am going to bring a knee up into his stomach, and
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and use a disarming attack. So he needs to make a strength saving throw for me.
All right. Can you make a strength saving throw and let us know the
Right,
number?
so am I able to like consider myself enraged at this point?
You haven't yet raged. Everything got reset when we came into the current situation. So you would need to rage on your next turn.
Right. So
You haven't raged again since everyone got their you got
Pretty
your hit
sure
points
the
back
average
and all your
was-
spells and your
all
javelin
right.
back.
So strength saving throw, yeah.
Yep.
17 plus 5, 22.
All right,
Okay,
does that make
as
the
I
save?
yeah, so he will still take 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage
Jesus.
from the attacks. Monks, man, fear my power.
They don't know you're a monk yet, but yep, sure. But I know you do above the table. I got it.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, no. So as I connect with and wrap my arm around his javelin, and I try to pull it away from him, and it just doesn't come. And I scream, "We are not animals!" As it doesn't come, I'm going to look up at Fock. I'm going to look down at his javelin. How sturdy does his javelin look? How is it well made? Is it
Oh, yeah.
cheap?
Yeah, it
Like-
is.
Is it metal? Is it wood?
Do you want to describe it, Fock?
Yeah. So if it's based, you can't. Oh no, yeah, you can sort of see.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
a
look at my little
starting item in
piece,
terms
it's the one
of
on my
its
back, so
damage,
it's quite long,
but it's high
and
quality.
yeah,
It is high
it's
quality.
somewhat like wooden shaft, if you will, but a very long, metal headpiece that's quite wide.
Okay,
you
I'm
know,
going to, in
Think
that
like
case,
Poseidon-y type thing rather than regular spear.
I'm sorry. I'm just quickly reading how my martial adept works.
All right. Well,
And
just so that you
seeing
know,
how-
so Ivy, you'll be up next. Hang on, where are we up to? We're up to
No,
Rick. So
I'm
Fock, you'll be up
next.
next. You're on board for after Rick is done.
We reset, didn't we? As if we had a long rest. So
Yeah,
yeah.
everything reset. In that case,
Everything
I will.
reset.
I will look at the javelin that's not coming, and I'll pause for a second. I'll look at Fock and just say, fuck it. And I will bring my hand up, and I will make my bonus action attack, and I'll attempt to snap the javelin,
Okay.
if possible.
Jesus.
That's a 9 to hit. I don't know if I hit a javelin. I don't know the armor class of a javelin.
What's the saving throw? for
I'm
javelin?
going to say that it's I'm just going to use. We're under 10. I'm going to say that you don't manage to make that successful hit to break the javelin at this point with a 9. I'm
Damn,
not going to
'cause
start
I
googling a javelin.
because I rolled
AC.
max damage too. If I hit,
So
I just
your
hit the
strike
javelin
just
and-
air swings past the javelin. Yep.
Oh man, that hurt. That's a sturdy. That's a real sturdy javelin, man. Holy, you're gonna stab me now, aren't you? And that's the end of my turn.
All right, and we're on to Fox. So Fox so far has been shot in the chest with a fireball. He's been kneed in the guts and attempted to have his javelin snapped. What would you like to do?
So many things. So little.
And to
turns.
whom?
I regret nothing.
Clearly, I'm enraged at this point in time, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with that.
Yep,
Like,
you're gonna rage.
I'm
Go
fairly
for it.
pissed off. However, what are my likelihood of being how heavy is Rick? Out of curiosity,
Rick does have that in his. Do you have it on hand?
Rick?
Because I think you sent it to me with your backstory.
Yeah, I did.
I think it
I'll
was
quickly grab it for you there.
around. I can grab it. I think you're around 105 kilos from memory.
Oh,
Rick, with
my-
all of his gear and everything, I added it up with everything Rick's wearing, having tossed away
Mhm.
his backpack and that though.
Yes,
Rick is
makes
currently
sense.
around 120 kilos still.
Hang on, let me just
Ex-
convert that to
Total.
pounds so that we're consistent. So he's currently weighing around 264 pounds with all of his gear. That's heavy.
All right, Dynasty. Fuck no. Pounds. What is that?
Well, that's what D&D operates in. So
No, I am
You
just.
sent me
trying
your
to-
weight in pounds, smartass.
Yeah, I know, because it wouldn't let me set it in kilos.
Yeah.
It doesn't
So,
have that.
just so you know,
option.
your carry capacity is your strength score times 15.
My
But that
strength
is
score times,
Yep.
including the modifier.
well. So yes, but your push, drag, lift. So the amount that you can like
Throw.
briefly move 5 feet is
Mhm.
twice your carry capacity.
Twice my carry capacity. And
So, yeah,
where
gotta-
would I see my carry capacity? Because
Well,
you like
what's your
reading
what's
my
your
What was your
strength,
strength?
score?
Oh, I'm 17 plus 3.
So
So
20.
it'd be 17 times 15.
17 times 15.
Double
That's a lot.
times
Yeah, 255.
15 is 255. So you theoretically, as an action, could move 510 pounds.
Right.
Um,
So theoretically, before I commit to anything.
but your
You can
speed
definitely
will become 5
lift
feet
Rick.
whenever you're holding me.
Oh, see, he's 15 feet away, so that kind of sucks.
No, if what you're trying to do is, I think what you're trying to do. So, Rick is within
I'm
reach of
contemplating
you,
whether or
right?
not
So
I'm
if
actually
you,
capable of throwing him at like.
Rick could be down for that.
you will be able to pick, you'll be able to grab him, and if you, depending on your intent, you could throw him into the void that his quarterstaff disappeared into, but you will not be able to throw him to hit another character with that 5 feet. Because of where you're positioned, if you are successful in grabbing him to throw him, you will be able to throw him into the void.
I'm actually. Gee. I'll tell you what, Zachary, you're lucky. Fucking. I'm not sure who I'm more pissed off at right now. It's very
For
frustrating.
what it's worth, I'm
Based
sorry.
on what Rick's doing, I will let you know that if you try to walk away, Rick's gonna fight you on that.
Right.
Rick very
Only if
clearly-
I'm walking towards Zachary, or
Look, Rick doesn't.
Any
like
movement you
Zachary,
make is
so-
going to be give him an attack of opportunity. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that, because of where you're positioned.
Alright,
Any
fair
any
enough,
movement you
fair
make is going to give him an attack of opportunity.
well,
Them's
in
the
that
rules.
case.
All right, I need you to make
Um,
a decision on what you're doing, mate. Just I'm watching time, and I know where I need the beats I need to get us to
Okay,
tonight.
so basically, it would be clear that Rick's basically all up in my shizaz, yeah?
Yeah, he's
Right, cool.
he's tried to
So,
break your javelin. He's
I'm
attacked you
just going to
twice.
look down at Rick and go, fucking really, bro? And I'm just going to headbutt him.
All right. Roll
You have
your
a
attack for your headbutt.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, I don't
Bounce it.
understand why you're not using. Anyway,
Righto.
it's in character.
Exactly. Bouncer. So unarmed strike.
Yeah, same as what you tried.
And I'm going to add 2 afterwards because that's the melee damage
Yes.
for rage, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, 16 plus 5 is 21 plus 2 is 23.
23 hit, Rick.
Okay, I need. But okay, yes,
Is
it
that
does.
not right?
It does. I don't. So barbarians get +2 on their damage. I don't think they get +2 on their attack rolls.
It just
on
says
their range.
melee. Oh, on the damage,
and
not the roll.
damage.
Yeah, so
Right,
it's
I'm with you.
the
Okay, so
+2
21,
gets
sorry.
damage,
I'm with you.
not to the attack
21.
itself. So you do still hit with 21. I just figured I'll clear that
Oh,
up.
okay.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
No,
That's
that's
good
cool.
to know.
Thank you.
Plus
But
2 goes
your
to the damage.
unarmed damage will still get the rage, even though you're not proficient.
Got you.
All right.
Yeah.
So
So
you
rolling for damage, bludgeoning
successfully
damage.
crush your forehead into his
is
nose, doing
4. Oh, it's not a roll. It's just straight up 4. So 4 plus 2, 6.
6. Yeah.
Yep. So Rick takes 6 damage as his nose is feeling a crunch.
Rick,
As,
you
the
break
giant
Rick's nose.
forehead
There is
goes
blood
into
down
it.
his face.
All right, moving on to Zach. You've seen all of this happen that's been kicked off with the firebolt you shot. You've defended 2 attacks successfully. You're on to your next round, so I think your shield is gone. Correct me if
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
Correct.
And you've got Alia all up in your business.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't think. I'm ready to wake up from this nightmare. So I cast sleep on everyone.
Ah, fuck.
Love
Oh
it.
no.
So,
Knowing
fun
who
fact,
that spell affects first.
that doesn't work on me.
So you've got the elves
Oh,
have
no, it doesn't.
a racial
Elves.
trait.
Wait.
Elves can't magically be put to
Is-
sleep.
And what's the
Raccoon.
save before I
There's
look
no
for?
saving
There is
throw.
no
Oh, it's just
save
an
for
immediate
sleep.
effect.
It's hit
Nope.
points starting from the creature with the lowest hit
So
points.
he rolls 5d8, takes the amount that he gets, and then he minuses. So he'll minus my remaining 3. So I fall asleep, and then he'll minus that from the 5d8, and then basically whoever's got the next lowest, if there's enough hit
Okay.
points left in what he rolled.
So I rolled
And he
a
goes down.
17.
Oh,
Mhm.
motherfucker.
So minus J's 3 is
Rick's unconscious.
14. So
Yep.
and then how many hit points does Fock have left? So
Fork has
4.
taken 10 damage,
4.
so he's got 4 health.
That's so Fock goes to sleep, and that's 10 left.
Yep.
And then that's between me and Ms. Snack. So how many hit points does Ms.
So
sorry,
Alia,
Alia have?
Alia has 11.
11.
Alright,
Yep.
so I go to sleep as well. So it's just Alia and Ivy awake.
All right. So with that, everyone is asleep except the raccoon and the elf. That's awesome. I love that, by the way. And I need to just okay. So with that, as you are put to sleep and incapacitated, we are going to sleep. Before I look up the spell, you can only be awakened if you take damage. Is that correct?
Oh, no,
Or
someone
can
use
spend
their
their
action to just
yeah.
wake you.
Sorry.
Okay, so I do need to do 2 more things, a couple more things before I see what the outcome of this is, before I say what I was about to say. So we're now on to Ivy. As you watch, the magician, the guy who had the quarterstaff, and the orc just all drop, snoring soundly, unmoving on the floor. Yourself and Alia, you, Turtle, and Alia standing up, having just tried to kick the magician in the fork, are the only ones currently left conscious. What do you do?
I use my action to get up.
Well, you're prone, so you only need to use half your movement to do that. So you're up.
And I just look around at this.
Yep. Are you going to take any attacks or wake any of these people up, or are you leaving them alone?
I don't do anything with them. I do pet the small raccoon though.
Okay. And then could be one final question. Alia, do you wish to wake any of these people up?
No.
All right. So with that, with the 2 of you having made the decision to leave everyone inert, as suddenly as they appeared and you came into this arena, Zach, Rick, and Fokionis all just blink out of existence. And I'll address what happens to you guys in a second, but they are now gone from sight. And you are currently, the 2 of you, left in the arena. Just to fast track this, because I am conscious of time, do you pair have any intention of having a last person standing, or are you
Aren't they
intent
tethered
on?
together?
Nope. Nope.
No, not
No.
really.
All right, I needed to ask that for what's happening next. So just to deal with the actually no, I need to finish this part first. My apologies. Let me flip screens. Okay, so we're at a point where 3 people have been removed. We have 2 left. The 2 of you are refusing to take any further action against each other, and you just hear this grumbling from outside in the darkness, and just a wave of fire descends from the roof, scorching the arena that you're in. Whoever was watching or whatever was watching is expressing its extreme displeasure and has no further interest in discussing with you, finishing off the battle royale in the intention that it was attempting to create. And so after a moment of excruciating but brief pain, you and everybody else are returned to your beds. You all wake with varying forms of starts, as if from a nightmare, drenched in sweat. Fokionis startles his bedside companion, the small dog that was sitting beside him, asleep, into wakefulness.
Hades.
Yeah, I don't know whether you want to share the name or not. Yep, Hades the pug is shocked into wakefulness. In his tent, Rick slams his head against the canvas, knocking over some candles, but thankfully they go out before they set the tent on fire. But the child beside him, Angela, just is successfully able to sleep through it. She's sleeping the sleep of the dead, as only a child can do. Zach, you roll out of the bed you're sharing with your wife, colliding with a pile of crates and sending a number of them asunder. And what initially looked like it was something out of a serial killer's dungeon actually turns out to be a whole lot of different items that appear to be suspiciously stage magician in nature, but we can't be sure in the very brief glimpse we get of it. Ivy, you snap your head back in your gaming chair, the cord of your headphones catching, and you and the chair and the headphones all go over in a hell of a tangle, but thankfully your computer remains undamaged. Alia jumps up very cat-like straight over from the crumb angel that she had created, and almost like a Looney Tunes cartoon, the legs start moving before the feet hit the bed, and she just takes off out of the room. Back now just as a normal raccoon. And as you all look at each other and pat yourselves down and just feel to make sure you are who you think you should be, you realize that with a big sigh of relief that it did, no matter how real it felt, it did appear to just have been a dream. Although Rick and Fokionis, you both look a little bit concerned with some marks that appear to be in the same place that you dreamt being injured, are still just slowly fading, but can clearly be visible for Rick across your legs, and for Fokionis across your chest and stomach where you were struck. But you roll over, you shake it off, you do whatever you need to do to get back to sleep, to get on with your lives. And with that, you move on until next week. That's it. That's where we're going to stop it.
What's going on?
Jeez.
That's a lot of action for the first day.
Holy shit. Thank you very much for the rule assists, etc., that everyone threw in there. That was really good because I've got my cheat sheets, but it was a lot quicker to have the brains trust to be able to throw some of those things in. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the sport that you guys tackled that with. I was one round off needing to try and instigate that fight to happen. There was contingencies if you wanted to. I knew Rick was going to be a bit of a pacifist in that, but I wasn't sure how everybody else would go. So that was interesting to see it all unfold.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that battery.
Sorry.
So I'm so glad you've just made things easier from what I was going to need to do next.
It's
Egg
Bar's
kicking it
first
off.
game. I was trying to...
Like,
I appreciate
get
it. I had a backup if you weren't going to fight. I had a backup for that.
Nice.
Because I knew, one, as real people, you all know each other, and then two, as humans who are coming into a game, our natural instinct, unless, we're sociopaths, is not to just randomly start slaughtering each other. So it was a matter of creating a scenario and going from there.
This is why I hate like isekai style stories where it's like humans in a magical world suddenly. No human would react like that. No humans like, you're in a battle royale, you need to fight to death. No genuine humans just gonna be like, better start killing these other innocent people.
Exactly.
Let's just start throwing hands for no reason.
Yeah. And it's a that's all part of the larger story too, in how that unfolded and what you guys decided to do. And it has some implications for next week when the main guts of the story starts to happen as well. So I'm looking forward to it. That was good.
6 words. I love Dante. Rick hates Fock.
Has Fock become the new Zenfire? No, not Zenfire.
I have a trust
new Rannick.
I have like a little section here where I've been tracking who I trust, who I don't, and who I like haven't made my mind up on. The only person who's in the no trust is Fock.
Oh,
Even though Zach was the one who kicked off the fight, you've got an issue.
So
you got an
Zach
issue with the orc.
Zach is actually in no opinion, but no opinion is split into two of which way they're leaning. And Zach is leaning to no trust. He was in no trust, but the fact that he chose to end the fight with non-violence using the sleep spell earned him some points. Whereas Fox, his first instinct was murder.
Don't I earn any points for headbutting and not using my axe?
That's fair. I did hit him first.